The bomb just went off in Ashborne, and the Commanders are in full-blown crisis mode. As we get ready to take on the Cowboys this Sunday, 3 gut-punch stories are shaking this team to its core. First, our star wideout, the most trusted connection for Jayden Daniels, might miss the biggest game of the season. Second, the defensive coordinator just dropped an explosive ultimatum that's got the entire defense on edge. And third, a roster decision that shows Adam Peters' long-term plan but leaves us with more questions than answers. Are you ready for the raw truth about this team? Because I'm about to tell you exactly what's really happening and why Sunday could make or break our season. Stick around to the end. It only gets crazier from here. After weeks of counting down the days to see number 17 back on the field, this update hit like a bucket of cold water. Wednesday came around, and just when we all expected to see Terry McLaurin preparing to tear up Dallas secondary, he was nowhere to be found. And I gotta ask, how are we supposed to compete against the Cowboys without our top receiver? Look, I get that Dan Quinn wants to do things the right way. He said he wants Terry right, not just available. Sound nice and all, but here's the thing. We're sitting at 3-3, getting ready for our most hated rival, and we need every weapon we've got. Terry isn't just a receiver. He's the receiver. He's the guy who stretches the field, draws double coverage, and gives Jayden Daniels that safety valve when everything's collapsing. What's really frustrating is the expectations. Last week, we heard Terry was close, taking part in light workouts, everything trending toward a return against Dallas. And now, all of a sudden, he's out again. Is that a setback? Extreme caution? Or is this quad injury worse than anyone's letting on? Something's up. When a player like Terry McLaurin, a total pro who rarely misses games, sits out 3 straight and counting, that tells you this injury is more complicated than the team admits. And honestly, can we even trust that he'll be 100% when he does come back? Being active isn't the same as being ready to dominate. Let's talk numbers. And numbers don't lie. In just 3 games this season, Terry's got 10 catches for 149 yards. Those aren't eye-popping stats for him, but his impact goes far beyond that. When he's on the field, defenses have to respect him. Without him, Jayden's stuck throwing to guys who don't strike fear into anyone. And here's the kicker. It's not just Terry. Noah Brown just hit injured reserve with a groin issue. Deebo Samuel, the vet we brought in for depth, is nursing a heel problem and didn't practice Wednesday either. You see where this is going? Our receiver group is falling apart right when we need them the most. If Terry doesn't play Sunday, we're in real trouble. Yeah, the Cowboys' defense can be inconsistent, but that offense can explode for points in a hurry. If we can't keep up, if Jayden's down his primary weapons, who's he going to hit when he needs a clutch 4-quarter play? Look at the last 3 games without Terry. The offense has no rhythm, no spark. Jayden's struggling to find steady connections. Drives stall because there's no guy who can reliably win one-on-one. Terry doesn't just catch passes. He opens lanes for everyone else. Without him, defenses stack the box, blitz harder, play tighter. Now here comes Dallas. 4-2. CD Lamb back from injury. That high-octane offense torching even great defenses. This isn't just another game. This is NFC East football. Pure rivalry, season-defining stuff. And we might face them without our best pass catcher. The locker room leader who sets the tone? Dan Quinn says they'll do what's best for Terry long term. I respect that. But sometimes in the NFL, there's no long term if you don't win now. We're 3-3. Every win matters. Drop this one, and we're 3-4. Staring up in the division standings with playoff hopes fading fast. And what stings most is the lack of clarity. No explanation on whether it's a setback. No consistency in messaging. As fans, we deserve transparency. Is it precaution? Distrust in the recovery? Or is the quad worse than advertised? We need to mentally prep for life without Terry this Sunday. Jahan Dotson has to step up and be WR1. Luke McCaffrey has to flash that playmaking we know he's got. And Jayden, Daniels has to figure out how to keep this offense afloat without his go-to guy. But here's the cold reality. Nobody on this roster can replace Terry McLaurin. Nobody brings that skill, experience, leadership, and clutch factor. Without him, we're a different team, limited, easier to defend. So how do we beat Dallas without him? How do we keep pace with an offense that can drop 30 on anyone? What does it mean for our season if our best receiver can't stay healthy? The answers to those questions will decide if this season's a success or a massive letdown. And right now, with Terry missing practice just 2 days before our biggest game yet, things don't look good. Not good at all. And if you think that's bad, hold on, because while the offense is banged up, the defense has a whole different problem. A problem about attitude, execution, and pride. And Joe WHITT Jr. just lit a fire that has everyone talking. After years of watching this defense get clowned, after whole seasons being the league's punching bag, last year in 2024, we finally saw something special. A hungry, smart, physical unit that demanded respect. But now, in 2025, that same group is falling apart, and Joe WHITT Jr. has had enough. WHITT's words hit hard. No filters, no diplomacy. He basically told his players he's tired of empty talk, tired of hearing about confidence and chemistry when the tape says otherwise. And honestly, he's dead right. Yes, the injuries are real. Starters missing, depth tested. But that excuse only goes so far. This defense still has talent. Pro bowlers, proven schemes, guys who balled out just months ago. So why can't they execute now? What's maddening are the expectations. After last year, everyone thought this defense would be our backbone. The offense could grow with a rookie QB, but the defense, it was supposed to carry us. Instead, we've watched them crumble. No adjustments, no energy, letting average offenses look elite. WHITT said actions speak louder than words, and he's right. Every week it's the same post-game cliches. We'll get better. We just have to execute. Then Sunday comes, and it's the same busted coverages. The same lack of pressure. How many times can fans hear that before patience runs out? Because mine's wearing thin. We're 3-3 not because the offense can't score. It's because the defense can't stop anyone when it matters most. Numbers don't lie. Last year's defense was top tier on third downs. Now they're letting teams convert over 60%. Last year, pressure came easy. Now QBs have all day. Last year's D created turnovers. This year, they're the ones gifting points. And now we face Dallas. Maybe the hottest offense in the league. Dak Prescott playing MVP-level ball. CeeDee Lamb back healthy. Weapons everywhere. And our defense that can't even stop mid-level attacks is supposed to shut them down? On the road? Under the lights? With sending a clear message. Shape up or else. And that else might mean lineup changes, benchings, or scheme overhauls, because what they're doing now flat out isn't working. Look at the last few games. Average QBs look like Hall of Famers. No-name receivers are making highlight plays and tackling. Don't even get me started. Guys are bouncing off hits like it's flag football out there. And what's crazy? The talent is there. Jonathan Allen's a Pro Bowler. Darren Payne can dominate in the trenches. Jamin Davis has all the tools, and the secondary has shown flashes. The pieces are in place. They're just not delivering. So is this a scheme issue or an effort problem? If it's scheme, WHITT's gotta adjust. Simplify things. Let the guys play faster. But if it's effort, if it's about pride and accountability, that's unacceptable. That's something that can't happen in the NFL. WHITT's confrontation was needed. Sometimes you need that boiling point, that wake-up call, that truth bomb from your coach. No sugarcoating. Just facts. And here's the truth. If this defense doesn't turn it around fast, this season's done. It won't matter how good Jaden Daniels plays or if Terry comes back. If the defense keeps folding in big moments, we're not winning games. Period. Sunday's matchup isn't just another divisional fight. It's a statement game. Time for this defense to prove Witt's words hit home, that they still have pride, that they still believe in what this franchise stands for. But let's be real. Dallas has one of the most explosive offenses in the NFL. They can score from anywhere. Doc's red hot. They'll have home field juice. The pressure's on Doc. Can our defense step up? Can they fix the mistakes? Play smart? Execute? I want to believe they can, but nothing in recent weeks says they will. And the big question, what if they don't? What if Doc drops 35 on us again? If we can't get a single clutch stop? Then what? More empty words? More "we'll get better" talk? Or will we finally see real accountability, real change? This game could define this defense's identity for the rest of the year. Either they respond to Witt's challenge and reclaim their swagger, or they keep sinking into mediocrity. No middle ground? It's now or never, Dot. So what do you think? Can this defense step up? Will Witt's message light a fire, or is this just another round of talk without results? We'll know Sunday. But if they flop again, trust me, the fallout's going to be ugly. In the NFL, words don't mean a thing without action. And so far, the results have been straight up disappointing. And just when you think it can't get crazier, the front office drops a move that speaks volumes about Adam Peters' long-term game and leaves us all guessing about the present. When Adam Peters signed Drake Jackson just 2 days ago, fans got hyped. A former second-round edge rusher flashed plenty of talent with the Niners before a bad injury. Looked like a smart, low-risk, high-upside move. But here we are 48 hours later, and Jackson's already on injured reserve. So what's really going on? After years of searching for consistent pass rushers, after entire seasons of relying on all-out blitzes to pressure QBs, it finally felt like Peters found a hidden gem. But there's more to the story. Multiple reports say placing Jackson on IR was part of the plan all along. Not reactionary, not last minute, this was calculated. Long-term strategy. And that tells you plenty about Peters' approach. Jackson's coming off a brutal patellar tendon tear from week 8 back in 20-20-3, one of the toughest injuries for any edge rusher who depends on burst and agility. He missed all of 2024 rehabbing, and when the Niners cut him in May with a failed physical, his career looked uncertain. But Peters saw something. A 24-year-old who posted 21 tackles, 6 sacks, 9 QB hits, 9 pass breakups, and an interception in 23 games. Solid numbers for a young guy still learning the league. So is this a genius move or a desperate one? Because the truth is, Jackson won't help us this year. Best case scenario, he's back by week 11 against the Dolphins in Madrid. That's over a month away, nearly halfway through the season. This shows Peters is playing the long game. Not chasing quick fixes, but building a roster for the long haul. Admirable, sure in theory, but we're 3-3 right now. We need help now. Our edge rush is flatlining, and the fix is a guy we won't see till November. That's tough to swallow. Before his injury, Jackson showed flashes, multi-dimensional, could rush, defend the pass, play the run. Exactly what our D-line needs right now. But patellar injuries are career changers. They take not just physical recovery, but mental trust. Some guys never come back the same. So what does Peters know that we don't? Did he see something in workouts? Or is this just a low-cost gamble? If it hits, great. If not, no big loss. I respect Peters' eye for talent and his willingness to think ahead. But it's hard not to wonder, are we too focused on tomorrow while ignoring today? Look at our current edge rushers. Who's producing? Who's making QBs uncomfortable? Nobody. And now a 53-man roster spot is tied up in a guy who won't play for weeks. Could that spot have gone to someone who could help right now? A vet, a special teamer, anyone who can contribute immediately? Legit questions. Still, if Jackson comes back even 70% of what he was, Peters might have struck gold, a quality edge rusher for almost nothing. That's how you separate good G-Miz from great ones. finding value where others don't. But the bigger question, what does this say about confidence in our current rushers? If Peters really believed in them, why sign Jackson at all? He's covering his bases. He knows our D-line needs depth and potential difference makers. If Jackson eventually fills that role, the move pays off. But as of now, we're rolling into Dallas with the same underperforming front that struggled all month. Dak Prescott with a clean pocket. That's game over, Dot. Is it smart to plan for November when we need wins in October? I get the logic. I respect the patience. But as a fan, I want wins now. Division titles now. Playoffs now, Dot. So do you trust Peter's vision? Do you think this long-term play will pay off? Or is it a missed chance to fix what's killing us right now? The truth's probably somewhere in between. Peters is balancing short-term survival with long-term growth. And while the Jackson move fits the big-picture plan, it doesn't help this week. But as someone who bleeds burgundy and gold, I just want to see wins. Every move that doesn't help immediately feels like another delay, another year of waiting. And that's what worries me most about this signing. It's not wrong. It just feels like a message that maybe this isn't our year after all. So here we are, Commanders fans, 3 stories, 3 realities, all to one truth. This team is at a crossroads. Terry's absence shows how fragile our offense is. Which challenge exposes deeper issues of focus and pride. And Peters' move with Jackson shows that while the future is being built, the present is shaky. Dot this Sunday against the Cowboys isn't just another NFC East clash. It's a statement about who we are. Are we legit contenders who overcome adversity, or a rebuilding squad still trying to figure it out? I believe this team has the talent. But talent means nothing without execution, health, and leadership. We need Terry back being the tone setter. We need the defense to prove WHITT got through to them. And we need to trust that Peters knows exactly what he's doing. Dot. So let me ask you, will Terry suit up Sunday or sit a 4th straight game? Will the defense step up or fold again? Was the Jackson move smart or premature? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear from the real fans, the ones who bleed for this team every week. Are you hopeful? Worried? Somewhere in between like me? And if this breakdown opened your eyes or gave you a new perspective, do me a favor. Hit that like button, share it with other Commanders fans, and subscribe. Because I promise, we'll be here every day breaking down the stories, the rumors, the truth, and nothing but. We're family here. A fan base that celebrates wins and fights through losses together. We analyze, we debate, we live every snap. And I need you to be part of it, to help this community grow. Because at the end of the day, this is bigger than football. It's about belonging, tradition, and keeping that passion alive. No matter what. So subscribe, turn on the alerts, and get ready. Because this Sunday's going to be epic. The Cowboys are waiting, and we're rolling into battle. Burgundy and gold till the day I die. And remember, hail to the Redskins.